Hey everyone, have you ever worked hard on something, really believed in it, and then been rejected or turned down? I'm guessing a few of you are nodding with me right now, and honestly, that helps because it reminds me I'm not the only one. Recently, I submitted a piece of writing that I thought had real potential. It started organically as a flash fiction piece for my MFA, then developed into a longer short story. I had gotten good feedback on it from my professor, from peers, and from trusted colleagues and friends. I had revised it. I felt like the voice was working. I felt like the emotional arc was there. And honestly, I thought, this has a strong chance of being accepted. And then it was rejected. My first reaction was surprise, then defensiveness, then comparison, and then the deeper fear showed up. Because the real story underneath the disappointment was not simply this piece wasn't selected. The story was, what if I'm not good enough? And once that story started, it wanted to keep going. What if I never get published? What if I'm wasting my time? What if I've been wrong about myself? There was a time when that kind of negative thought cycle would have caused me a lot of suffering. And honestly, I still have to fight the part of my mind that wants to live there in self-judgment and comparison to others. But the story fear tells me is not always the truth. One group of readers not selecting one piece for one specific opportunity does not mean the piece is bad. It does not mean I'm not improving. It does not erase the good feedback I've received from professors, writers, and readers I respect. I know firsthand that many writers I respect did not arrive overnight. Angeline Boulley spent 10 years writing and revising Firekeeper's Daughter before publication, a book I deeply admire and definitely recommend. So maybe the question is not, did this one opportunity say yes? Maybe the question is, am I willing to keep growing, revising, and sending the work out? So I let myself feel disappointed. I let myself feel the fear. And then I did something anyway. I looked at the piece again. I asked for feedback from the judges. I made a few small targeted revisions, found another opportunity, and submitted it somewhere else. Now, in my MFA writing journey, 4 submissions became 5. It was a small step, but it mattered because sometimes the win is simply showing up through the disappointment and not letting it define you. Of course, I still want publication. I still want acceptance. I still want to keep growing toward that goal. But I also want to remember that I like what I'm writing. I enjoy the work. I believe in the stories I'm telling. And the value of the work cannot depend entirely on whether one specific opportunity says yes. So for me, 5 submissions instead of 4 is a win. Not the rejection, not the acceptance of it, but to keep going. Because rejection is a part of life, especially in writing. But so is revision, so is resilience, so is sending out the work again and again. So if you're facing a setback in your own life right now, give yourself permission to feel it first. Let it sting. Then ask yourself, what story am I telling myself about this? Is that story even true? Chances are it's not. What action can I take next? Feel the fear, then submit anyway.